My accent changes. I'm terrible, me. I bounce up and down that class ladder like a little cheese football. Like, you know, like when I'm sort of around, like my girlfriend really torments me for like she's like how much I love working class men. Like we went to, I think it was called Juicens, to pick up some gravel. I'm so sorry that's my life. And there was this bloke there called Mark, and he came over and wanted a photo. And she goes, "You love that bloke wanted a photo." And I was like, and I said goodbye to him in an overly elaborate way, and I even waved at him a second time. Went back for another bite of the cherry out the window. Bye, Mark. No, actually, I didn't go like that. I went like this. See you later, mate. See you later, Mark. All right, ta-da. Be lucky, son. See you later, mate. All right, ta-da, pal. All right. I almost sold him half a pound of tomatoes. I was getting so bloody cockney. It's absolutely ridiculous. What's going on?
Well, that's exactly... We change our voices. Interestingly, the more... let's start again. We have to change our voices to talk to somebody. So as soon as we started talking to each other, without agreeing to do so, we started to breathe together, because you have to do that to have a conversation. You have to coordinate how you breathe, because that lets you time voices going back and forth, the turn-taking conversation.
It's so physical.
It really is. And we also match the pitch and prosody of our voices and the rhythm of our voices. We start to bring together, because you've got this very rhythmic. It is like a dance conversation, and you can only do that dance if you start to align your behaviour. So that has to happen to talk. And then the more you like someone, the more you will start to do other things to change your voice to bring it towards them. So there are studies that have shown that the more a man likes a woman, the more he will raise the pitch of his voice to be nearer to hers. Just make everybody super self-conscious about how they're
thanks for coming on the show, Sophie. It's been
great.
It's been a real treat. I love everything you've said.
And you'll believe it, you'll start to use the same words, you'll start to use the same pronunciations, you even start to use the same grammar as each other. And the more you like, the more you do this.
I suppose that's communication, isn't it? That's the whole point of it, is that we're trying to make a connection with one another. We're trying to defy the material prison of our anatomy, of feeling trapped. And it's the voice, this thing that is not really wholly or truly you, but a vibration emanating from you, that is your emissary, that you send out in the world to make connections and communication. God, I'm good at this. I'm just making this shit up. My God.
But it's always there, so it's always expressing like a lot of you that you don't realise, and it's also expressing how you feel about the people that you're talking to, fairly unavoidably.
Oh no, I'm going to start watching myself back on the tick, because one day we do a funny bit in my stand-up show, right, where I talk about when I did this interview with Jeremy Paxman, and one of the things that we make jokes about, and by we I mean me, because because I'm mentally ill. I consider myself to be about 9 people. No, actually, people I work with are in the room. Is that I laugh about how I go through these different personas when dealing with Jeremy Paxman. That I start very light and affable, then there's a moment where I go really serious, and then I get very sort of I start deliberately but unconsciously referencing ethnic speak rhythms, very working class based, because I obviously see myself as speaking on behalf of outsiders, and I use it as an attack technique. It's very interesting to watch.
And you're marking, because we can mark similarity with it, you can mark difference.
Because I'm definitely not trying. I don't go, well, Jeremy, that's a good point. I mean, I'd have to say. I'm like, now listen, bruv, I'll take you down. I'll stripe you up. Blah, 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 blah. It's like absolutely ridiculous. It's like a grime single.
But it's still playing. That you're always marking out your position to him as clearly in how you're doing that as you are with what you're saying. I'm not like you, and I don't particularly want to be you.
Oh, God, I've just turned myself on.